Hi, today's lesson is going to focus on multiplying and dividing by 6. Let's start with our discovery picture. What do you see? I see 7 full boxes of eggs, and each of the boxes has 6 eggs in it. We can write this as repeated addition. So you're adding 6 7 times, and that is 42. Can we write this repeated addition as a multiplication? 7 times 6 is equal to 42. Or we can also write it as 6 times 7 is equal to 42. Take a moment to look and think about this using the picture representation. Can you see the link between repeated addition and multiplication? Look at this picture. What do you see? I can see 5 dice, and each of the dice has 6 on it. There are 5 equal groups of 6. The repeated addition is equal to saying 5 groups of 6.
We write this as 5 times 6, and that is equal to 32, or indeed as 6 times 5, and that is equal to 32. We can see that both of these calculations give us a product of 32. Multiplication is commutative, and that means that the numbers can be multiplied in either order. Now let's look at division. Under the table there is a tray of 30 eggs. How many egg boxes can be filled using the eggs from the tray? We want to divide the total number of eggs between the egg boxes. We can see that 30 eggs altogether, grouped in sixes, is equal to 5 groups. So 30 divided by 6 is equal to 5. Here is an array. Let's use these sentences to describe the array. First of all, let's look at the rows. We can see that in each row there are 7 counters, and there are 6 rows of 7. How about the columns? We can see that there are 7 columns of 6. We can use this array to write some multiplication and division sentences. 6 times 7 is equal to 42. And then using commutativity, we can say 7 times 6 is equal to 42. And then the inverse division, 42 divided by 6 is equal to 7. And over here, 42, and this time we'll group them into 7s. It will leave us with 6. This array is built out of 1s. Each column has 3 1s, and there are 6 columns altogether. So 3 times 6 is equal to 18. We can also write our inverse of 18 divided by 6 is equal to 3. What other multiplication could we write? Let's look at the rows. 6 times 3 is equal to 18. And we can see 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. Let's see how these facts help us further. How does this help us? Well, here there is an array made out of 10s. In each column there are 3 10s, and there are 6 columns. So 3 10s times 6 is equal to 18 10s. What else does that represent? Well, 3 10s is 30. 30 times 6 is equal to, and 18 tens is 180. Can we think of a division sentence? 180 divided by 6 is equal to 30. Can you see that? There are 18 tens, which is equal to 180. Divided into 6 columns, there are 3 tens in each column. 180 divided by 3 this time is equal to 60. There are 6 tens in each row and 3 rows altogether. Can we think of another multiplication sentence? This time looking at the rows. There are 6 tens in each row, and there are 3 rows altogether. So that is 18 tens. How else can we represent that? 60 times 3 equals 180. Now, I wonder if they will help us make the link to 100s. Let's take a look at our hundreds array. We've got 6 groups or 6 lots of 300s. So, 6 times 300s is equal to 1800s. How do we represent that in a different way? Take a moment to think how you might represent the inverse division. 1800s divided by 6 is equal to 300s. Do you see that? Take a moment to write the other multiplication sentence and division calculation that can be written using the hundreds array. We can write 3 times 6 hundreds is equal to 1800s. The division calculation is 1800s divided by 6 is equal to 300s. Take a moment to think how we can use the multiplication and division facts using the ones array to help us work out multiplication and division facts with the tens array and the hundreds array. Pause the video now and give this a go. We can see that there are 8 full boxes of eggs and there are 6 eggs in each box, so we've got a repeated addition. This can be represented as... How'd you get on? What about this one? Pause the video and have a little think. 4 groups of 6, and that is equal to 24. Here's your last challenge before going to complete your independent task. Now remember, our learning objective is multiplying and dividing by 6. So here we've got milk bottles, and they are sold in packs of 18. How many bottles are there altogether? Can you write a calculation linking to our learning objective to work out how many bottles there are in total? We can see that there are 9 groups of 6, so you could use the repeated addition of adding 6 9 times, but the multiplication calculation is or you might have written I hope you feel more confident in knowing and understanding multiplying and dividing by 6. It is super important to know your table facts off by heart, so really focus on doing that and give your independent task a go.